Managing your money well can be difficult, especially when you're married and you both have your own ideas and philosophies surrounding money. So today I'm going to give you 4 tips on how you can better handle your money in marriage. Please like the channel, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get notified when I come out with more videos. My wife and I have been married for almost 11 years. And one of the great things I love about our marriage is that I really can only remember one big fight. And that was technically before we were married when we were planning the wedding. And the wedding was great, but wedding planning is terrible, by the way. Now, don't get me wrong, we aren't perfect and we have plenty of disagreements, but it's really never anything that serious. And I think one of the reasons is because we don't really fight about money. So I just want to provide a few tips for other couples out there to help you not let money negatively impact your marriage. The first thing should actually happen before you get married, and that is to get on the same page about your money. Financial issues and money fights is a leading cause of divorce in the United States. Different studies rank it anywhere between 2 and 5 on the list of the causes of divorce. But despite this fact, according to a 2019 SunTrust study, only 51% of married couples discuss money before getting married. That's crazy! It's so important to be open about your financial situation before you get married. And that includes your financial history, your philosophy around money, and discussions about how you both will handle money moving forward. It's devastating to find out after you get married that your spouse is in tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, student loan debt, payday loans, car loans, whatever. And it's even more devastating to realize that they don't care or want to do anything about it, and that you've just married someone who will keep you broke for the rest of your life. But no matter what, whether you're married or not, it's never too late to get on the same page about money. So schedule a date, have fun, get on each other's good side, and then get to business about money. Put everything on the table. Dream together about what your financial future will look like, your hopes, your ambitions, and what it's going to take to get you there. And then come to an agreement on how you will handle your money so that you can achieve those dreams. If you can't agree, then find a counselor or go to a financial class together. And if you're not married, then don't get married until you figure this money thing out. My wife and I discussed everything before we got married. How we would budget, how much we owed in student loans and credit card debt, what kind of apartment we would live in, pretty much everything I can think of, and I think that really set us up for success. The second thing you should do is to combine your finances. A 2022 study by the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that couples that combined their finances were a lot less likely to break up than those who kept them separated. And this really shouldn't be a surprise, because when you combine your finances and agree on where your money is going, what you're really doing is agreeing on your goals and your lives together as a couple. Because everything that is important to you will eventually be reflected in your finances. The study also shows that when you combine your finances, even your language changes, and you begin speaking in terms of we and us instead of I and me. So you become more of a team, which is really what you're supposed to do when you get married. After all, when you split your finances and your spouse gets into financial trouble, you're gonna have to step in and help them anyways. You're not gonna just let them drown. So you might as well work together and hold each other accountable. Tip 3 is to cater to how your spouse operates. Opposites really do attract, and when you get married, you realize that you do things differently. One person likes to budget, one person doesn't. One person likes paper budgets, one person likes spreadsheets, or someone who doesn't like to budget at all. One person is good at savings, and one person likes to spend that money on having a good time. And you have to find a way to bring these two very different people to walk in the same direction. So if you like budgeting on a computer, but your spouse goes cross-eyed every time they see a spreadsheet, then print it out for them to review when you're done. And if you're a natural saver, but your spouse loves to go out and have fun with that money, make a compromise. Allocate more money to them so that they can spend it on whatever they want, and then add a little bit of extra money so that you can go out, have date nights, and enjoy each other's company. That's good for marriage anyways if you can afford it. In general, the idea is to make sure that you both compromise and you both have a say on where your money goes. Regardless of who makes more money, it belongs to both of you. So if you bring in 100% of the money but your spouse stays at home, they still should have a say on where that money is spent. Whenever I get a raise or the few times I've gotten a bonus, one of the first things I do is to come home and ask my wife what she wants to do with that money. If she'd rather put it towards a vacation, or more money towards a house, or just allocate it to our monthly spending money. If it was just up to me, I'd put 100% of that money towards buying real estate. But her opinion is just as important as mine, and I'm not going to be happy if she's miserable. One of the few reasons I even strive to get money is so I can provide a better life for my wife and kids. So while I want to put 100% of that money into real estate, we typically end up spending some of that on vacation and on everyday things we can enjoy. The key is to make sure you both make compromises while at the same time making sure you're achieving your financial goals. But you can't do that if you don't have any goals, so tip number 4 is to make a financial plan together. As I mentioned before, you both have to dream about what your financial future will look like. But dreaming is not enough. You have to be intentional and make a plan for how you're going to get there. So for example, if you both want to buy your first house in the next 5 years, then you have to make a plan for what it's going to take to get there. Where do you want to live? What level of house do you want to buy? How much are you going to have to save for a down payment, and how much is going to have to come out of your check each pay period to get you there? Again, most of your important goals will be reflected in your financial plan, and those goals should dictate much of where your money is going to go. So if we have a big trip planned and we don't have enough saved up for it, then that's typically where the money will go. Or if we're behind on saving for a house, then we'll put money towards that as well. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the general idea. We have short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals that we want to achieve. We used to have goals on getting out of debt or building an emergency fund. Right now we have goals for buying a house, saving for retirement, buying a car, saving for our kids' college fund. We have financial goals for enjoying life or going on vacation. We have goals for building our business. So we have a whole list of giving goals that we actually want to check off as well. All of these things are important, but they won't happen on their own, and they definitely won't happen if you don't know how to stick to a budget. And if you need help learning how to stick to a budget, continue to this video right here. If you need one-on-one help learning how to handle your money or growing your wealth, please hit the link in the description and sign up for a free consultation. Thank you.